here, and we wanted to welcome you to our tutorial on how to sew a super easy face mask. We've been home a lot, so I thought it would be a great time to teach Taylor how to sew. Taylor, how old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
Okay, how long did this take?
This took about 5 minutes, which is really easy.
Awesome. So there's an adult size and there's also a child size. Of course, you can pick any pattern that you want.
You can see that mine has unicorns on it.
Yep, and we put the pattern up at zimpleliving.com. You can check out the video tutorial as well as the PDF download for the pattern at our blog and check that out. But just to let you guys know before you look at this tutorial, this is not a substitution for the N95 face mask, the medical grade, but this is better than nothing. This is a tightly woven cotton that we used on the front side, as well as a soft flannel on the back side. People are running so low on masks, and I know in a lot of areas they're asking folks to donate, to make them and donate them. So we thought we'd give back a little. We're making a ton of these today and a ton of these tomorrow until we run out of fabric and elastic. But if you guys want to make them at home, we're just going to show you how easy it is to do. All right?
They're really fun and awesome.
They're fun and awesome. So enjoy our tutorial. Bye!
My face mask that I sewed myself, and I'm 8 years old. We just want to protect people. And when I put it on, right now, you can see that I have unicorns on my face. So, right now, I have unicorns on my face. Yay!
You'll want to line up your fabric so that the right sides are facing each other, meaning the outside of the fabric is facing each other, because we're going to turn this inside out in a second, and you want to sew the right sides together. All right, so place your elastic not quite in the corner, but we're going to place it almost to the corner, and what I'm going to do is pin this right here so that we are prepping our fabric for sewing. So what you'll want to do next is make sure that the elastic in here is laid flat, because once we turn this inside out, we don't want any twists or turns. And we're going to do the same thing here on this corner, pin this, and once we do, I'm going to try not to stick myself, okay? Then you're going to do these other two corners, and then we'll be prepped to start sewing. Okay, we are almost ready to sew. I have all of my elastic pinned in. I am going to be careful not to sew over it. And you'll want to leave an opening here so that we can turn this inside out. And what I like to do is just put some pins in place to remember not to go past that. Okay, so I'm going to start right here, and I'm towards the middle. Here we go. All right, and you'll want to make sure that you just back up a little bit in the beginning and the end of your stitch so that your thread does not pop out. All right, so here we go. Now, once we get to the end here, remember, this is where our elastic is. So I'm gonna make sure that it's right there, and then I'm gonna sew right into it. And I'm also gonna back up just a little bit, okay? And while my needle is still in, I'm gonna lift this zipper foot and turn my fabric this direction so that we can continue going and do this entire side. All right, here we go. You want to make sure that your elastic is over here and you're not sewing over it. When you get to the next corner, just remember to take your pin out and ensure that your elastic is right there in the corner, and we're going to continue doing this all 4 ways. Coming around my last corner here, and I want to be sure that I stop right here at the pin so I can turn this inside out. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this and, okay, I left an opening here and we're gonna turn this bad boy inside out. All right, now is the moment when do you remember we have that opening? So we are now going to turn our project outside out. There is a reason why we have our fabric facing right sides to each other. And now you can see I'm pulling out my elastic, I'm pulling out the corners. And if you want, you can take a pen in there and just kind of poke that out. Don't pull too hard because you don't want your elastic to come out. Starting to shape up and look like what it's supposed to look like. Now you'll remember I asked you to leave an opening up here, and what we'll do with that is we're going to tuck that into each other. Can you guys see that? You're gonna tuck it in, because in a minute we're gonna go over that with the sewing machine. So this is where we are so far. And don't you just love, look at this fabric. Do you just love this? I love it. All right, let me show you what to do next. Okay, now that we have our almost makings of the mask, I'm just gonna set it down flat and take an iron to it. And this is when we're gonna put those tucks into it, the pleats, so that it comes away from our face. And so what you see me doing is I'm just gonna put a pin over here, and what you do to one side, you're gonna do to the other side, obviously. And we're gonna sew this in just a second, but this is just getting us set up to get the mask to stay in place while we take it to the machine. Now it is time for us to put this back to the machine. Now, do you remember we still have that opening here? So what we're going to do is just make sure that we start right there so we can sew that shut. Okay, so let's not forget about that. All right. Okay, we are ready to sew this. We're gonna do it one time around, okay? So let's just start here, let's go. And you're gonna take it just really, really close to this edge. And remember this pin, that's where we are sewing this shut.